Hey guys, this is Elias with Softfly, and in this video I'm going to show you how to import WooCommerce variable products with their images using WPL import. Now, to get our file, I'm going to choose to upload the file, select my file, alright, then I need to choose whether I want to create new items or update existing ones, but I don't have any products here on this site, so I'm going to choose new items. Then select WooCommerce Products and continue to step 2. Alright, so here on step 2, I need to check whether WPL import is detecting all of the rows, which is the case. This is the number of rows we have, and whether WPL import is detecting all of the columns in our import file. Now this is the case too. So this is good. We have here our images, and as you can see, they are hosted in an external server. This is a different URL from the one we're using here. So WPL import will be downloading these images and uploading them to our media library. Now you can see that in our import file, we have these pipe symbols separating the different URLs. So this is going to be important when we're setting up our images settings. Now, this all is looking real good, so let's just continue to step 3, where we will build our import template. Now, WPL import won't limit you to use a specific element into a specific import field. You just select whatever import element you want and drag and drop it like this. Let's take this name and set it to be the title. Now, if you want, you can actually drag and drop multiple elements here. For example, let's add this description, and I'm going to type in here SQ and drag and drop the SQ. All right. Now I'm going to make this SQ label bold. It's good. And hit preview. Then you can see that we have our title, the description, and the SQ with the static data here. So you can get pretty crazy here with your data. Just do whatever you want, drag and drop this into whatever field you want them to go. You have full flexibility here. All right, now let's drag and drop the short description. We have it here. All right, now we have here the WooCommerce Add-On tab. So let's just open that up. And as you can see, it's very similar to when you're creating a product in WooCommerce. We have the product type dropdown. So let's select variable product. And here we have the different tabs. We have the general, inventory, shipping, link products, attributes, advanced, and variations tabs. Now let's just do as if we were creating a product manually in WooCommerce and drag and drop the values into these fields. Now let's have here our SQ set up. It's good. Then we have the regular price and the sell price. All right, that's good. These settings, you can find them in WooCommerce, but I'm going to leave them as they are by default, and the default values will work just fine for us in this example. Now, here on the inventory tab, we need to enable the manage stock option and drag and drop the stock element like so. For the low stock threshold, I'm going to say 2, but you can use whatever number works for you. Now, the stock status, I could actually let WPL import decide automatically whether a product is on stock or not based on the stock levels. But I don't want to do that because I actually have here my stock status element. So I'm going to use this by clicking here on the set with XPath option. And when you're using XPath to import your data dynamically, it's always a good idea, guys, to double check here on the question mark that you have the right values for XPath. Now, in this example, the accepted values for XPath are in stock, out of stock, and on back order. So these are the exact values I have here in my import file. So since that's the case, I'm gonna drag and drop that like so, and this is done. Now, these settings, same as before, I'm gonna leave them as they are. I'm gonna skip the shipping and link products tabs because I don't have any of that information here. And let's jump into the attributes tab. Now for the attributes, we have size, color, and brand. So let's add those here, but adding an attribute row and typing in the attribute values we need. All right, now let's drag and drop the values like so. We have the color now and the brand. All right, So these settings, I'm gonna leave them as they are, but I'm gonna change the brand attribute a little bit because I don't want to create variations for brand. It wouldn't actually make sense to create variations for brand. Only for size and for color, that's good. But I do want the brand element, same as the other two, to be visible in the front end. And I do want them to be a taxonomy. So I'm gonna leave this as it is and jump into the variations tab. Now here in the variations tab, I just need to read these titles and select the scenario that resembles the most to the file structure we're using. Now, in this example, you can see that we have here an SKU element and a parent SKU element. Let me show you real quick here on the import file we're using. And you can see we have our SKU, and our parent SKU has a value that's referencing a value in the SKU column. So this is the right option for us. We just need to drag and drop the SKU and the parent SKU elements here, and WPL import will understand this and import our variations correctly. Now guys, if your file has another structure, just as I said, just select the one that resembles the most to the file structure you're using and you should be good. Now we have other videos and docs on this, so if you want to learn more about it, just go to our website and click here on the docs menu and just browse here through the options until you find here WooCommerce, and variable products, it's about here. Then you can find a lot more info on this topic. Now let's continue with our import. Let's select the first option again, all right, and jump into the images tab. Now guys, this can be a little bit different based on the file structure you have, but in this example, we have here our parent product, and our parent product has 3 images. Now each variation of that parent product has its own image, and we can actually import them all using the images tab, because WPL import will process all of this data. It's gonna process it for each record. So if we set here our image element, it will work for all of them. Now it's always a good idea, guys, to hit preview when you drag and drop the image element here, because sometimes, like in this example, you will not be able to actually preview any images here. And when that happens, it means that there is something wrong with the URL or with the settings you're using. Now, in this example, as I showed you before, guys, we have here our separator symbol, but WPL import doesn't actually know which separator we're using. By default, WPL import uses a comma, but we can change that to a semicolon or to a hashtag or to a pipe or whatever, whatever you have on your import file. So since we have a pipe element, I'm going to choose that and hit preview again. And as you can see now, WPL import is able to separate the images correctly and show us a little preview. Now let's run the test just to make sure. All right, and WPL import is able to download these images, so that's cool. Let's click on the dismiss button, and guys, if you want to import your images in another way, just go to our docs again and select images, and then choose the one that's right for you. For example, we have here a doc to import images directly from the media library, another one to use images in the custom path here, which is the third option, or URL or whatever. Just browse through here and you will find the info you need. However, if you're feeling a little bit lost here, or you're feeling a bit stuck on any of these settings, just don't worry about it and contact our support team. We'll be more than happy to help you out, guys. Now, this is looking good. These settings, I'm gonna leave them as they are, but the most important ones are actually this first one, because this will prevent WPL import from creating a bunch of duplicate images. Which in this case, it's very useful because we have our variants, and those variants have images of their own. So for example, for the black hoodie in size X or size M, L, or XL, it's actually the same image. So if I disable this, WPL import will download duplicates and we will end up with thousands of images. And I don't want that, because if the image is the same, we'll just use that one, and that way we don't overload our server. So let's keep that enabled. You can choose to match the images via URL or file name. That's up to you. And here is the second most important one, which is the ability to set the feature image. And the way we do that in WP import is just placing the first image we want to be the feature image. Now, if I hit preview, you will see this image, which is the one that WP import will use to be the feature image. And that's good. So I'm going to leave that enabled too. And again, guys, if you want to learn more about all of this, just go to our documentation. I'm going to leave links in the description below too, so you can easily get here. All right. Now let's continue. We have here our taxonomies tab. I'm going to enable the product categories option. And since I have a hierarchical structure here on the import file for the categories, you can see the greater than symbol. I'm going to choose the third option and enable the first option inside of it that says an element in my file contains an entire hierarchy. Now you can see that WP import is separating the hierarchy with a greater than symbol, and that's good. But we can actually change this to match our taxonomy structure too. Now let's just drag and drop this like so and hit preview. Now you can see that WP import is detecting the hierarchy correctly. So I'm going to dismiss this and continue with re-import. I'm going to skip all of these settings because the default values work just fine for me. And I'm going to skip the function editor too because I don't want to run any PHP functions here on this example. But you can do so if you want to. You will find docs here on this function editor too. Just go to custom code and inline PHP. All right, guys. So let's continue to step 4. And here on step 4, you can just drag and drop the value you want to use as the unique identifier. But if you want, just click here on the auto detect button and WP import will choose the right one for you. Now these settings, I'm going to leave them as they are, but same as before, you can just hover on the question mark and it will show you a brief description of what that option does. All right, now these settings, I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm going to click continue and run the import. Now guys, since we have to download a bunch of images, this is going to take a minute or two, so I'm going to pause the video here and come back when it's ready. All right, that didn't take too long. Let's see if our products came in okay. All right, so we have a bunch of products here. They seem to be good. Let's see how this looks in the front end of the site where we have this beautiful website. And as you can see, this product seems to be good. We have our titles, the prices. We have here a bunch of categories, and they are in a hierarchical structure, so that's a good sign. Let's see this guy up and see what's going on here. We have our title, the prices, the short description. We have a bunch of variants here. And if I select different colors, they change the image color too. So this is great. We have here our SKU, the categories. The other images are good too. So that's nice. Here we have our description and the static data with the SKU we set up. Here we have the additional information. So this is great too because we have our brand element, which is visible, but it's not part of the variation settings. So this is very good, guys. Let's see how this looks in the edit product page. All right. So here we also have the title, as we saw before, the description, the images, which is very cool. Now we have our taxonomies. That's cool. The attributes are set up correctly. We have our sizes, our colors, and the brand, which is not used for variations. Now here on the variations tab, we have the color gray image, the green one, the blue one. They have different SKUs, different regular prices, different sell price, different stock. So there you have it, folks. That's how you import WooCommerce variable products with their images using WP All Import. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know more about how to import or export other WooCommerce data like orders, products, reviews, posts, taxonomies, and whatnot, just click on the links in the description below to go to our website or check out the other videos in our channel. See you next time.